Hey, Picks and Parlay family, it's me, Detroit Lenny, here with the Bet Win Repeat Show. I am coming to you live. What is today? Tuesday, the 4th of April, April 4th. That's what I'm trying to say. Earlier on the video, I said Happy May 4th. I can't. I don't know. I can't get my months right, so bear with me. We're gonna figure this out as we go. That Word Repeat Show, Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm your host today, Hannah Mears. Tomorrow, I think on Thursday, we'll see about Friday. I am Detroit Lenny with Picks and Parlays. This, like I said, is Bet Win Repeat Show. We got a few guests on today. We got Ross Benjamin coming on. We got Nick Parsons coming on. Talk a little MLB action. See what your thoughts are. Drop in the comments section what you're on today, whether it's a parlay, teaser, straight bet, whatever you're on, side total, player prop, whatever, whenever, drop it in there. Also, if you have any contest picks, don't forget to go over to the Facebook contest page. And that is, I'll pull that up right here, facebook.com/group/picks and parlay contest. Check that out. Also, if you haven't already, you need to download the new Picks and Parlay app. It's available on all the app stores, all the platforms, Android, iPhone, I don't know, whatever, Google phone, whatever, I don't know, Obama phones, I don't know, whatever you got out there, download the damn app, okay? Download the app, you get free VIP plays for Craig Trapp for like or one VIP play, I should say, not all of them. You get one VIP play a day. That's what the hell I'm trying to say. And also, I'm a rapper. But yeah, so don't forget to download the app, join the contest pages if you haven't. Speaking of contests, I'm going to pull up this right here. Well, maybe we'll put it like that for now. Whatever. I can edit this. Watch this, folks. Right there. Save. Whatever. Sure. We'll call it that. And it goes right back to where it was. No, there. I had to save it. All right. So this is the weekly contest update. If your name is on this page, you are still in, and it is Tuesday. Stop. Take a moment. Appreciate that. Acknowledge that. Just take a deep breath. I made it to Tuesday, and some of us can't do that. Raise your hand if you're not in the contest on Tuesday. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. So screenshot this. I got 24 people, I think, still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 24 people still in. Over half of you. Bad day yesterday for you all that joined. We had like, I think it was like more than half. I think it was like 70 some people joined the contest, and we're down to 24. So you do the math. 2/3 of you died yesterday on the Vine. And that's okay. The Houston Astros crushed everybody's dreams and hopes yesterday with allowing the Tigers to do what they did yesterday. That knocked out a lot of you. We got 24 still in there that were smart enough to not be on the Astros yesterday. Tate, Daniel Alexander, David Cotton, Pedro Pimentel, Sean Austin, Eugene Robertson, Anthony Scavo, Julie Carley, Silky Man, Danny Daniels, Mark Andrews, Velco still in, Greg Jones, Juan Miguel, Dave Tokarski, Jason Fellers, Alan Miles, Pedro Moore, Rodney Molina, Eddie Lant, B.J. Dickinson, Wilson Alejo, Maria Lance, and Marie Lance. Jesus Christ, one day I'm going to get your name right. Marie Lance, that should be your name. Marie, damn it, Lenny's going to get my name right, Lance. Jock Teasel. So that's who's still in the contest. If you're still in, good on to you. Love it. Love to see it. Good luck to you. We're going to update the monthly contest more on a weekly basis, and no point to give you daily updates on, who's in or what their record is. Update your own records and your monthly records, your daily records and your monthly records. Like I'm 3-3 right now. Just can't get out of one. Actually, I started 0-2, 2-0, 1-1. So I've hit all the bases. I'm trying to hit for the cycle. I guess that is a cycle. 0-2, 2-0, 1-1. That is all of them. No, not really. I could go 0-2. I could go. I throw some pushes in there. I could do all kinds of stuff. So, but whatever. So that's that. What else we got going on? What's going on in the chat? Not a whole lot there. Don't forget, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell for notification. You'll never miss another episode or any of our free content at picksandparlays.net. The promo code changed. I got to tell you guys about that. New promo code out on picksandparlays.net. Shockingly enough, it is MLB. Saves you 20% off the entire site. It'll probably be the promo code for at least a month. At least, probably. Well, playoffs start. Maybe we'll have a playoff code, but you're over at picksandparlays.net. Use this promo code MLB. That'll save you 20% off the entire site. I did drop the parlay party. That's out and available on the YouTube now. In Picks and Parlays. Nice 3-team juicy one. Yesterday, listen, I was on the Astros. Tigers let me down. That's what I get for betting on them. Bet against them. I'm going right back to the well today because I ain't got enough abuse. So I'm on the Astros run line here. I think they take care of business. I'm on total. I'm on the side. I got a little bit of everything for you. Check that out. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. When you view that, the parlay party is available. Like I said, YouTube, Picks and Parlays platform. It's all over. It's basically a 3-team parlay plus 600. Yes, for today. So I like it. I'll be in some more 2- and 3-team parlays, more 3-team parlays as baseball gets going until I can regulate myself to only do a 2-team parlay. But there's just so I'm trying tread lightly. It's being the end baseball season. Tread lightly for sure. Hold on. Nick Parsons, who's one of our guests, is emailing me right now. Aaron. All right. Don't you love these scammers just send you emails? All right. Nick Parsons will be here shortly. Ross Benjamin should be here as well any minute. And then let's go over. So let's talk college basketball. Yesterday's college basketball game. Listen, I was on San Diego State with the money, with the points, I should say. I just thought there was a lot of value there. But I obviously watching that game, it was just too big for San Diego State. It's just too big. Sometimes the game's just too big. No, it's not a knock against them in any way, shape, or form. UConn just destroyed people all the way through the tournament. Like just plowed through. Very similar to what I saw in the Boston Bruins all year. I was wrong on the Bruins all year. Beginning of NHL, I said, "Yeah, Bruins ain't gonna." I didn't really trust them a lot. I didn't see it, and I was dead ass wrong on the NHL and the Bruins. So I attribute to that in UConn. I remember watching the game last night and going and having the same feeling and take that, man, I was just wrong. Whatever, it happens. Good win. Congratulations to UConn. All that. College basketball is over now. Shut up about it. That's how I felt. That's how I felt. For all you, it's college basketball. Shut up. Shit's over with. And actually, last night's game was kind of weak. Like the Final Four was better. And actually, I mean, obviously, this is more basketball better. But last night's matchup kind of sucked. Baseball, NHL, lots of, before we get into baseball, a lot of stuff on the NHL ice today. And I don't have a damn play. I shouldn't say that. I think I have. Hold on. Time out. Because I'm going to spill my Powerade all over the place like I normally do. Shocking. I know. Hold the phone. Take notes. I'm on the Wings today. But that's a small little bet from me. Just whatever. I don't know. I mean, they're playing another crappy team in the Canadians. It's priced right. They should win. At this point, it doesn't matter, but whatever. That's the only NHL play I have. I had to check my phone, make sure, but that's all I got. That's all I got. Nathan says it's okay to be wrong. Sometimes it teaches us for the next time. Yeah, I was just dead ass wrong. I mean, it is what it is. I end played some stuff yesterday on the college game. Like I had two little small in play bets, but there was never and what I really needed to get on the right side was San Diego State to be up at some point, like get real or like halftime ish, and then I could have in played it and went UConn the other way. But it is what it is. I'm glad UConn won. I think Allie Burns had like a 10-1 ticket or something like that. I remember her saying she had. I know she had UConn, and before that she had somebody. Kansas State, I think it was, because they were playing the Spartans, and we were texting back and forth, and I was like, she's like, I'm rooting for the Spartans, but I do have a Kansas State ticket. And I was like, hey, it's cool, you know. So good on to you if you had UConn and all that. As far as I agree. It's just sometimes you got to learn. But as far as the hockey goes, it's just I'm at a point in the season. Like, let's look at standings here real quick. Why did that do that? Right there. Okay. So, I mean, everything's almost set. The East is not decided. I mean, the West, Winnipeg's gonna mess around and find out. Okay, Winnipeg's gonna mess around and find out. And let Calgary in. It's I think Seattle's pretty solidified in that wild card spot. Winnipeg, Calgary, Nashville. I don't see Nashville coming back and winning that. I mean, there's 77 games played between those two. We play 82, so you got 5 games left. Maybe I think Calgary could squeak in behind Winnipeg or overtake, like leapfrog Winnipeg, but I don't think Nashville does anything. Pacific Division in the West. I mean, it's all pretty much set. Dallas, Minnesota, and Colorado are going to fight for the Central the last 5 or so games left. Colorado actually has 7 games left. They're 2 games behind, so they could take that whole division. Knights, Kings, Oilers, they're all in, but who's fighting whatever. The East is where it gets a little tricky because wild card goes Islanders 87 points, Penguins 86, Panthers 85 right there, and they're sitting on the outside looking in. Buffalo, not dead, but they're definitely on the outside looking in with maybe a magnifying glass. But so that's that. We're going to bring in Ross Benjamin, though. I see he is in the green room there. So we'll bring in Ross, the man, the myth, the legend, Benjamin. Put him over here. So I don't know why I can't get that banner over. Ross, what's happening? How's your weekend treating you? I know it's Tuesday, but how was was extended weekend? I don't count Mondays.
Well, Letty, thanks for having me once again. Always a pleasure to see you. My weekend was not too good as I went 0-3 in the Final Four and last night's championship game, and that was preceded by an 11-2 college basketball run, but finished with a winning record in college basketball. Happy with that. And on to baseball and the NBA and the NHL. And, my Sabres hanging in there.
Just talking about them.
Yeah. Well, you said with a magnifying glass. But keep in mind, again, you're right. They're on the outside looking in. They almost need to win. Let's see. They got 7 games left. They got to at least get 11 out of possible 14 points down the stretch. Because they do have games in hand, Lenny. You know what I mean? If you look at the who they're chasing, they have 3 games in hand on the Islanders, and they have 2 in hand on Florida, who they're playing tonight. So that's going to be a huge game tonight for Buffalo, especially, right?
Yeah.
Because Florida's got some wiggle room, but Buffalo it's imperative they win that game if they have any chance whatsoever.
I agree. And that's why I was saying, like, Florida's right there as well, and they got 2 games on them still to play. So I that's why I was kind of recapping the NHL standings a little bit.
Yeah.
For some people, and I think Buffalo, Again, looking outside, looking in, Colorado is kind of in the same boat. They're, they're in the Central and the West. They're in the top three, but they're 96 points. Minnesota and Dallas 98 points, but they got 2 games ahead, more to play than the rest of them. So that's a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm just going to say this, Ross. My Red Wings aren't officially eliminated yet, but they would have to like win out and
Yeah.
everybody else
And
lose.
hope for a lot of
There's a
help.
lot of help needed, but they're
Yes.
dead. They're dead.
Hey, you know what though? They're making progress. They improved last year. They've improved again this year. A little bit disappointing for Red Wings fans like yourself because there was a lot of aspirations to make the playoffs, and as you just alluded to, Lenny, they need to win out, and they need a lot of help. A lot of teams to go down in front of them. So highly unlikely, and but they'll get their chance to be a spoiler on Thursday night when they entertain Buffalo.
Absolutely. And here's my thing with the Wings. I said at the beginning of the year, my hope for the Wings is to be in a spot. They'll be a bubble playoff team, like fighting for a wild card team.
Yeah.
Now, they're a little short of that. I would have liked them to have maybe they got 77 points. A wild card would have had 86, 10 more points, 5 more wins. 5 more wins. That's all you really needed. 5 more wins on the season, which we shouldn't say 5 more wins like it's no big deal. Those 5 games were tough, but they're a couple years away from being competitive.
Yeah, but the bottom line,
okay. Buffalo in the same boat in my
opinion. It's the same thing. Both teams are young, and I know that the fan base doesn't want to hear this, Lenny, especially in Buffalo where they've had a playoff drought since 2011.
Right.
In Detroit, who's so used to being contending for not a playoff spot, but a couple over the last couple decades. They're young teams, and you can't put a price tag on the experience that they're gaining in these meaningful games in April now, which they haven't played in a couple years. So if you're going to put a positive spin on it, I guess that's it. It doesn't make either one of us happy, but
yeah, exactly. This kid, 18 years old, 18-year-old, and I say this kid because he's a damn kid. 18 years old, made his NHL debut for the Red Wings the other day in Toronto. And like, he's the future. Like, that team is just young. I'm not complaining about where my Red Wings landed by any means.
Yeah.
I will, on the other hand, flip the script a little bit, talk some MLB. I will complain about my Tigers because I'm tired of rebuilding for the last 10 years. I'm tired of this crap, Ross.
I know.
My Tigers are terrible. I don't care they won yesterday. I told everybody on the show yesterday, I said, this is an automatic, probably, 162 bets I'll have this year, and it'll be against the Tigers. And I'll bet against them every game on the run line. I mean, I probably won't 162 games, but
I know what you're saying.
98% of the time, unless there's some situational spots, I'm on Houston run line today. I was on Houston run line yesterday. I'll be on Houston run line tomorrow. Their pitching staff is horrible. Their bullpen, I don't even know if it's possible, but is worse.
It's the common theme. Everything you just mentioned that attributes to their futility has been a common theme for the last few years anyway, right?
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. I mean, their bullpen, like you said, if it's possible, they're worse this year, but we'll see. It's still early, It
is. I mean, we're 4 games into the season.
Yeah.
I wrote off the Tigers before game 1, though.
Yeah. The expectation level isn't high, right? So
under 69.5 wins.
And this way you can't set yourself up for disappointment.
Exactly.
And you're elated with anything that's above and beyond that. So
I'm not a big future guy, but I took the under 69.5. That's for sure. I would have took it under 64, 65, like 64. I would have. I think they compete with Oakland for the worst team in baseball.
I agree with you about the futures, Lenny. I'm not a big futures guy as well. The reason being is we handicap on a daily basis, right?
Yeah.
And once you make a futures bet at the beginning of the season, it's baseball, not so much, but the other sports like the NFL and college football, because baseball, you play 162 games. So you can almost justify going against the team you took in the futures at the beginning of the year because it's a long season, right? But in
Right.
football and college football, it seems like if you make a futures bet, you're married to that team all year. And you get halfway
Because you
through the
only have
year. Yeah.
17 games to
Yeah.
in NFL. Yeah, absolutely. I hate
And
futures in
it's
the
like,
NFL.
Lenny, why did you pick the Lions in week 9 when to win outright as an underdog when you had them under such and such wins? You know what I'm trying to say?
Absolutely. Yeah. The Lions are, I think, at 10 wins or 9.5 wins this season total. They talked about.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm taking them. I think they get double digits wins. That's whatever this year.
To me, that if you're going to take the Lions over the regular season win total, I know it seems absurd because it's the highest it's
every
been.
week. Yeah.
But the bottom line is the bookmakers are telling you they expect the Lions to be good this year. They're expecting them to win at least 10 games to set that number that high. And they should have, been better their record should have been better last year. I mean, the one game that comes to mind is that Thanksgiving Day game against Buffalo. They had the Bills. They had them on the ropes, and they let them off the hook. So you got a lot to be encouraged with and look forward to in terms of the Lions in the coming year, I think.
Tate's making fun of me here. Tigers to make the playoffs plus 2,500. No, I wouldn't. So I'm not laying minus 10,000, obviously, on anything. You don't pay juice.
10,000 to win $100.
I'm not going to say you don't pay juice on winners, but that is probably the most for sure thing out there. Lay the 10,000, folks. Take your $100 and move on.
Yeah. Where do I sign up for that?
Yeah, right. So that's awesome there. I will say this, as far as baseball goes, what do you like today? You got anything going on today? Anything anybody for a free pick here?
The only game I really was looking at today, I like the Twins plus 130. I think I know that Alcantara's going for Miami, Lenny, and we know how good he is, right?
Yeah.
And he's a favorite again to win the NL Cy Young Award. But the bottom line, he's coming off a somewhat shaky outing in the home opener against the Mets, in which he walked 4 and gave up 3 runs in a little over 5 innings. But look, here's the thing. Minnesota 4-0 out of the gate. And again, before we award him the Central League division, there's a lot of baseball to be played. But in those 4 games, they've outscored their foes 22-5. Miami 1-4, and they've been outscored 28-9. So a lot of the emphasis here in terms of Miami being a sizable money line favorite is cast upon Alcantara, because they're depending on him to put up one of his masterpieces, and he very well may be. He very well may happen, Lenny. But at plus 130, what I just gave you in terms of the run differential, I mean, Miami, look at what they put out, Lenny.
Yeah.
5 games. They're averaging 1.8 runs per game, and they've scored 2 runs or less on 4 occasions, and 3 in the other one that they didn't score 2 runs or less. So, again, for Miami to win that game, Alcantara cannot have the type of game he had against the Mets, and he's going to have to throw a masterpiece. And I'm going to, say that. And then you look at the bullpens, okay? That's the other part of the equation sometimes we overlook when handicapping baseball. And the Marlins bullpen so far, their ERA is around 5.50, and Minnesota's is under 2. So especially early in the year, I think managers, correct me if I'm wrong, or not correct me if I'm wrong, but if your thought process is any different, I like to hear it. But early in the year, it's very highly unlikely we'll see a starting pitcher pitch a complete game or even get into the 8th inning. It's too early,
Yeah, baseball's, it's we complain all year about the NBA being such a load management type. We hear that term a lot, load management. Everybody hears it, hear it everywhere. Load management in the NBA and how everybody hates it in the NBA. In the MLB, it's not only effective, it's necessary. So many games. And I think to your point about the bullpen, though, I agree, and that's why I'm a big first 5 guy.
Yeah, I know you are.
First 5 because I try to, because Man, sometimes I just, and it's me it's a me thing, guys. I'm not sitting here telling you guys that this is like a general net blanket, like for all handicappers here. It's a me thing. I can't, it's too much to break down what Ross is doing for me. Like
Yeah.
Ross is the expert here. Okay. That's why he breaks down bullpens and stuff like that. For me, I just take them out of it. I'm just taking
no,
the
you know
bullpen
what?
out of it and bet a first five.
Expert or not, that makes a lot of sense. And what you've done really is you've adjusted to the fact that this has become so much of a specialized game when it comes to pitching.
Right.
That even if your starter, sometimes some of these managers, your starter can go 6 innings, give up 2 hits, strike out 9, walk 0, and he's taken out of the game because he's approaching 90 pitches. You know, and now you rely on the bullpen.
Now you're on the bullpen, and
basically you're saying, look, I'm going to just handicap the starting pitchers.
Yeah.
And try to win the first 5 innings by doing so. So, no, you're not far. I don't disagree with your logic whatsoever, Lenny, you know?
Julie brings up a good point, too, about the MLB here. Overs have been good bets so far in the MLB. Yeah. I have had some luck. Totals have kind of, I say that with a grain of, so I say I'm a first 5 guy because I am, but I don't bet a lot of totals first 5. I'll bet, like if I like a pitcher or a matchup, it's matchup, situational. Yeah. Certain matchups, I'm a first 5 guy. Certain matchups, I don't like the first 5. I then look at the total.
Right.
And totals have saved my backside.
Sure. I mean, especially in baseball and hockey, right? Because totals, you're almost, well, more so in baseball. Totals, you're almost as sure of getting either even money or maybe laying $1.20 or $1.25. So as opposed to 3/4 of the board. And look at the NBA today, for example. Okay, look at the big point spreads in the NBA today. Ridiculous. I mean, do you want to lay those kind of numbers? And if you're not, you're depending on a bad team to do good things for if you want to go with the underdog. So a total sometimes is the safest play to use under those circumstances, right?
So, especially like exactly nail on the head right there, because I look at it sometimes and I'll see some matchups and I'll go, okay, they're lopsided, you know, and it'll be like, especially in the NHL, you know, minus 200s, 300s. I'm sorry, nobody should be a minus 300, 400 in professional sports. In my opinion, you're still playing in the National Hockey League. You should show them a little respect, whatever. Yeah. But that's a whole different show for a conversation. But if it's so lopsided, I'll look at a total for sure, especially in MLB too. You get one pitcher and I'm like, okay, this team can. I don't know. My kids started using the word mollywop. I haven't heard that in like.
What exactly does that mean?
I think just mollywop is just like just kick the crap out of them. It's another term of beat the hell out of them. So they're going to mollywop. I don't know. These kids come home, they're like, yeah, this kid got mollywopped on the thing. I'm like,
we just use the term kick your ass, you know?
Yeah, I just like, so he got his butt kicked? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, well, why didn't you just say that? You know, but no, now we're mollywopping people. I don't even know if I'm saying that right.
I got to remember that term, just in case it comes up again.
Yeah. So, and I'm like, well, if they're going to mollywop this side, like I'm just looking, well, if I can get a goal or if I can get at least 2 runs out of the team, especially in baseball, if I get 2 to 3 runs, I'll take a total. I'm a big total guy. As far as that, I won't go over 10, but I'm adjusting my totals. I used to 5 years ago. If I saw a total at 10 in baseball, it would have been an automatic under.
Yeah, especially in the National League, right? When there was no DH.
Absolutely. So, now at 10, I don't know. It's like 10. I don't know. I'll just kind of stay away. I don't like.
Yeah, if it's 10, and it's not at Coors Field, there's a good reason why. It's usually because the starting pitchers aren't very good in that matchup to start with. Both teams are hitting or have a resume of putting up runs. But, you know, going back to, who was it, Julie? I'm sorry. Yes. Okay. Going back to Julie's point about the overs, just be careful with that, because I had long discussions during the NCAA tournament when you see a cluster of overs or unders. For example, in the NCAA tournament, we saw the first 4 games of the NCAA tournament, we saw 33 unders and 11 overs, 75% to the under. And that's a lot of games. And I said at that point, my personal experience, Lenny, is when you see a cluster like that over a extended stretch, which 44 games I consider to be, look for that trend to go the other way league-wide, only because bettors are going to fall in love with whatever's coming in with regularity at that time, whether it be over or under. And 2, the odds makers are going to make the proper adjustments, right? Because they know that they're going to be hit with, for example, in the NCAA tournament, a lot of unders happening. So they're going to adjust the totals accordingly. And sure enough, right after that, we saw a run of like 11-3 to the over in the next 14 games or somewhere in that area.
Right. Yeah. So you're going to see streaky.
Yes.
Streaky, go up and down.
League wide though, right, Lenny? League wide.
Yeah, exactly. And the book will adjust.
Yes.
So keep in mind when the book adjusts, we adjust. It's fluid. It's emotion. So Julie knows what she. I'll tell you what. Julie's been in some contests on the Facebook page, and she was winning on preseason baseball. So hats off to you, Julie, Carly.
Yeah, she brought up a good point though. That was a good talk.
Absolutely
matter. So.
Absolutely. Ross, tell them what you got going on over at picksandparlays.net. Give yourself a little plug there.
Yeah.
I know you had a bad weekend, but that doesn't matter.
No,
what else are we doing?
Before that, I was on an absolute tear with all my selections. I mean, I went 0-3 over the weekend or Saturday through Monday, but folks, I was on a 26-14 all sports run prior to that. So what, 26-17 still over the last 43. I got 3 NBA picks up tonight, Lenny. All in the same package. You can get that right now at picksandparlays.net. And as you know, at picksandparlays.net, if you don't win, you don't make a profit. I don't get any money. So I need to win. And there's a degree of urgency, not only for myself, but all the great handicappers at picksandparlays.net. And baseball, I only gave out 1 pick so far. I usually wait for a little bit of data to come back my way, Lenny.
I'm a slow. I like people that say slow learner. I'm a slow learner. I'm a slow learner, and I need a lot of. I need more data. I need more.
Yes.
I need to see these teams play.
Yes.
Before I really start going hard on baseball. And really, I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably wait a month before I really get into it because baseball is so long. Some people will say only a week or 2. I'll probably wait 30 days. Honestly, probably until like the NHL playoffs really start to wind down. When they start to wind down, then I really get heavy in the baseball, and that gives me enough data to really make my decisions. In my head, that's how I rationalize it.
Well, yeah, and I concur. I mean, I do the same thing. I'm a numbers guy. I don't care who's.
You don't lie.
Other than starting pitching in baseball. Okay, which we just discussed, which I put a lot of emphasis on. I don't care who's on both sides of the ball. I'm out to beat a number, and I need numbers to beat a number, if that makes sense. I know that sounds redundant, but it's true.
Absolutely. All right, Ross Benjamin, I appreciate you stopping by. I'm going to move on out of here. We're going to bring in Nick Parsons. You got packages going on over at picksandparlays.net. MLB season's here. Use the MLB promo code. It's just MLB. If you can't spell MLB, you don't need to buy anything anyway. That'll save you 20% off the entire website. Ross's premium plays going on over there. Ross Benjamin, I appreciate you stopping by, guys. Don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, all that good stuff. Ross, we'll get you on the next Bet Win Repeat next week as well. And then we'll have a little bit more data in the MLB.
Thank you, Lenny. Always a pleasure to have you. And remember, folks, nobody circles the wagons like Detroit Lenny. Take care, my friend.
Take care, buddy. I'll see you on the next one.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Now we're going to bring in Nick Parsons here, talk some NHL, some NBA. Me and Ross touch base a little bit on the MLB. Buddy, how's it going? How you doing?
Not bad, not bad. A little bit of mixed results at the start of baseball here, but yeah, NBA continues to do really well, and same with NHL. So,
yeah, we were just talking about that MLB, man. We need a little bit more data to really feel comfortable going full fledged on a daily basis.
Agreed completely.
That being said, I probably got like 7-8 plays today. So I'm treading lightly.
Right.
I'm trying to tread lightly. Let's put it that way. NHL, I'm in like a holding pattern. Talk to me about the NHL though a little bit.
Sure.
What, are you the same? I know you're big in the NHL. You're the NHL guy for sure. But like this time of year, it's hard to find motivation in some teams.
Yep.
And then that motivation seems to come and go. Like all willy-nilly, if you will. It kind of comes in and out. So anything you like in the NHL that you give out like as a free play or anything?
Yeah, I do. I actually do have something ready for you here, Lenny.
Right,
and yeah, it's kind of the same as the NBA at this time of year. You know, you got to really pick and choose your spots. Ross touched on it a lot because if you saw some of those spreads in the NBA today, they're just massive. And that's for varying reasons.
Yeah.
Some teams have given up and other teams really need to win and all that. And so, I mean, you have to be very careful at this time of year. And so for me in the NHL, that will be the case. I'm going to be pretty cautious over there's only like 3 games left for a lot of these teams. But yeah, I do have a big play going on tonight. It's my Western Conference game of the weekend. So I'm going to give it out to the viewers here. If you're happening to watch this show, I guess this is sort of a freebie here.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I like the Flames tonight, Lenny, to lay the hammer down. You were just talking about, these minus 415 favorites, they should never be like that. But I'm going to suggest laying the 1.5 goals. And still, it's around minus 150. But I still think that it's good value here. The Flames, yeah, just to smash the Blackhawks. Arguably, I would say that this is the biggest game of the year for Calgary. It's in 9th spot right now. It's 2 games behind Winnipeg, and it's in Winnipeg tomorrow night. So it just cannot lose focus here. Calgary, it comes in having won 4 straight, so it's playing it, arguably some of its best hockey of the season right now. And it also plays with the added incentive of revenge here. Somehow it lost to the Blackhawks here at home 5-1 as a minus 415 favorite back in January. And so, yeah, I think that there's value here on Calgary to not only win this game, but to do so in blowout fashion. So there's my big play. Calgary minus 1.5.
Yeah, I could, so I've mentioned that, like those big favorites. And it's like, okay, I get the Flames are that much better. Are they minus 400 better? No, I don't think anybody should lay the minus 400. Or on the other hand, I don't think just because it's plus 200 something, you should be taking the Blackhawks either. So
right. No, I mean, it works both ways in your cautiousness.
Yeah,
exactly. You don't want to piss money away on an underdog that's never has no shot,
Exactly. So yeah. I like this. So for me, it's Calgary puck line or nothing. And I like that. I don't even hate the over it's at 6. And yeah. I think Calgary is very capable of getting that 6 on their own. But a 5-2 game, I totally see that. I see a 5-2 game, or something like that. So I'm going to scroll. Ross's play was the Twins money line. I'm going to scroll your play at the bottom there too for you guys. A little free play action as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Time for blank to smash the Blackhawks. This is an every game comment over for sure. That's Tate's Tate's a Blackhawks fan, so he has no faith in them whatsoever. It's just a fill in the blank. Whoever's playing the Blackhawks, they smash kind of thing.
I did have a couple of
the NBA is kind of in the same boat as the NHL, where motivation, end of the season, who's really playing, who's not, who cares, who doesn't. Are you taking the same stance as far as the NBA goes as you do the NHL?
For sure. I mean, tonight I didn't even have anything. I didn't like anything on the board tonight. We're dwindling down with just a handful of games. I'm going to continue to pick and choose my spots over the next little bit. But yeah, you can check me out over at picksandparlays.net. The leaderboard option over there. I love the leaderboard option over there, really.
I love it.
The way you can break it all down and you can see all the different records for everyone. And so if you do that, you can, and if you poke around a little bit, you can see that my NBA numbers, they've been among the best of the best over there. And I mean, that's saying something because Craig has assembled just the best handicappers in the nation. And so it's so competitive, so difficult to get on those boards.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, long story short, I will be playing conservatively over the final bit of the regular season, just 2 or 3 games left. And then we have the play-in tournament and then the playoffs, of course. And so I'll be definitely looking forward to finding value there.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the NBA leaderboards here, and top 10 for sure up there. And there's some heavy hitters up there in
Yes,
that leaderboard. And what's great about I like to your point is the Picks and Parlay leaderboard. You can manipulate that. Like you just go to the website, click leaderboards. If you're an NBA guy, you could just sort NBA handicappers, like the leaderboard for NBA. If you're an NHL guy, you can look for NHL. If you want all picks, you can look for all picks. If you, I don't know, I was just going to say, if you want to look for Russian table tennis, you can look for Russian table, but you can't look.
And it's for the whole season, but also for a week and a month, because it's important when a handicapper does get hot and for these certain periods of time, you don't want to overlook those things either. So when they're hot for 7 days and for a month, you want to be aware of that and then take advantage of those streaks for sure.
Absolutely. Like you can sort 7 days, I think 30 days and 90 days, exactly. 70, 30 and 90, or all like 20, 23 right. or whatever. But I like that because Terry Edelman talks about this all the time, streaky handicapper. And when he's on a streak, he tells you, look, I'm on a streak. You guys need to get on board, get on the train while you can. And that's what I think a lot of people do. So,
agreed.
How about MLB? How's that treating you?
Well, you and Ross also both touched on it. A bit of an unpredictable start here. And so we always talk about treading cautiously to start. I've had some mixed results myself at the beginning here. But, I'm really looking forward to handicapping baseball this season. It's always important to see the rotation the first time, to see the bullpens those first time, to see which teams are hitting hot right out of the gate for the first time. And so we've seen all of that. And as you pointed out, next week, we're going to have a lot more data. We're going to be able to start getting some really good situational plays going on. But I did look at a couple games here today, Lenny, if you wanted to hear my thoughts on a couple of those.
Absolutely. Have at it.
I don't know if you guys touched on this one, but the Phillies, I mean, they're 0-4 to start the season here. They're sending Strom to the mound. Obviously, they're missing a lot of key sluggers. They're also missing some pitchers in their starting rotation. Mm-hmm. But it's all hands on deck with the 0-4. The Yanks, they're now 3-1. Domingo German, though, he was just 1-1 with an 8.71 ERA in 4 spring training sessions. So I sort of see some value here on Strom and the Phillies on the run line option.
Okay.
And then the next one I was looking at, I kind of like the Royals here. I think they offer pretty good value against the Jays. Now, both of these teams, they're both just 1-3 to start the season. And so they equally need a win here, both of them.
Right.
But yeah, Toronto pitcher Yusei Kikuchi, I don't think he's striking fear into anyone's hearts. I just have a hard time seeing why the Jays are such a big favorite here. Obviously, at some point, their big bats are going to get going. That really hasn't happened at this point. Kikuchi, he's 0-2 with an 8.69 ERA in 5 career starts versus the Royals. Bubic, on the other hand, he faced the Jays last year in one outing. He gave up 2 runs over 7 innings and had 4 strikeouts. So, yeah, I think Kansas City offers also good value on the run line at home.
All right. I'm going to put those in here. Kansas City Royals plus the 1.5. All right. Let's scroll those at the bottom. Flames, Phillies, and the Royals. I like it. I will say this. Let me fix this real quick. I will say this. I'm on the Philly Yankee game. I'm on the over.
Nice.
I am on the over as far as that goes.
Philly needs a spark.
I think Philly bats get alive a little bit, and if they can get me. I think if they get me 3 or 4, I think the Yankees get me 3 or 4. That game's going to have some runs in it. Could be it, and I like it. If it's close, we both win there. We get that, and then I like the over going on as well. Nick Parsons, tell them what you got going on package-wise or anything else you got going on
Yep.
at picksandparlays.net. And plug away, my friend. Plug.
Right. Well, college basketball is now over. And so the only basketball that's left is the NBA. And that's good news for me because, I've been playing with house money since the very first tip off this year, which carries over from a great season from last year, Lenny. So as I say, I'll be playing it pretty cautiously here over the next week, just the final few games of the regular season. But I'm super pumped for the play-in tournament and then also the playoffs. So guys, check me out over at picksandparlays.net under the Insiders Room.
Absolutely. You're over there. You're looking for Nick Parsons or any of our other premium handicappers. Use this promo code MLB. Save yourself 20% off the entire website there. Nick Parsons, I appreciate you, man, stopping by. As always a pleasure doing videos with you, having you on the live shows. Always good content. Always a pleasure. Appreciate it, guys. We'll look for Nick Parsons on the next Bet Win Repeat. Till then, we're going to bounce on out of here. Nick, as always, like I said, appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks, Lenny.
All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Good luck unless you're against us. We'll see you guys on the next Bet Win Repeat show. I'm trying to bring up graphic. Peace out.